Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Before You Buy, the show where we bring you straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest releases. Today we're diving into Assassin's Creed Shadows. After years of anticipation for this long requested setting and several delays, it's finally here. As the resident Assassin's Creed fan at GameRanks, I tried to set aside my nostalgia for the old school games and jump in head first. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. So here's the upfront verdict. Assassin's Creed Shadows is fine. And for some, that's perfectly okay. But for others, fine just isn't enough after all. Life's too short to spend time on a game that feels just okay. Personally, I lean toward the latter. Have you ever played or watched something that you know is technically solid, an improvement over its predecessor, and doesn't do anything terribly wrong but still doesn't click? Something that you might enjoy mildly but over time will probably forget. That's how Assassin's Creed Shadows feels to me. Now, putting aside my personal nitpicking for a second, let's talk about the positives. From a technical standpoint, it's a clear improvement over Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It performs significantly better, has fewer glitches, and features much better stealth mechanics. The world is absolutely stunning. You can tell the extra development time helped polish things up, but unfortunately, repetitive quests, odd design choices, and some rough story sections weigh the experience down. When you stop caring about the story and feel like you've seen everything the game has to offer within the first 20 hours, you may start asking yourself, why am I still playing? Of course, it all comes down to personal preference. I know plenty of people who sank 200 hours into Valhalla and loved every second of it. If that's you, you might enjoy this one too. But if you're still unsure, let's dig in a little deeper. Just so you know, I played a review copy, and all footage shown is spoiler-free, captured on a PS5 Pro. Two distinct playstyles. Unlike some past Assassin's Creed games that allowed you to swap between male and female characters with minimal difference, Shadows fully commits to two distinct protagonists with unique playstyles. Nai, a fast, agile shinobi assassin who relies on stealth, parkour, and speed. Yasuke, a powerful samurai warrior, built for strength, heavy combat, and brute force. The game starts with Nai, gradually easing you into the world through her perspective. Yasuke doesn't become playable until several hours in, depending on how much you engage with side quests. When you do finally get to control him, the contrast between the two is dramatic. Nai embodies the classic Assassin's Creed experience, starting across rooftops, grappling onto structures, performing slick assassinations, and navigating the world with speed and grace. Yasuke, on the other hand, moves slower, can't climb as efficiently, and has a much more straightforward combat approach. He can break down doors and withstand more damage, but struggles with stealth-based traversal. It's clear that Ubisoft wanted to cater to both old-school stealth fans and newer RPG, action combat enthusiasts. And while I respect the commitment to differentiating the characters, it sometimes feels a bit forced. The game offers skill points for exploration, yet many of those opportunities require climbing and stealth, which Yasuke struggles with. It creates a bit of an imbalance in how you approach progression. That said, when you do get to play as Yasuke in key story moments, he's undeniably fun. His brutal combat style, devastating attacks, and well-animated decapitations make him feel incredibly powerful. His brutal combat style, devastating attacks, and well-animated decapitations make him feel incredibly powerful. But Nai, in my opinion, just fits the game's design better. She can move seamlessly across the world, climb structures with ease, and take full advantage of stealth mechanics. If you're looking for that classic Assassin's Creed feel, she's the way to go. Stealth and combat. Speaking of stealth, Shadows arguably features the best stealth mechanics in the modern era of Assassin's Creed. While it's still relatively simple compared to dedicated stealth games, it just works here. You get just the right amount of useful tools without unnecessary fluff. The basics are still present: hiding in bushes, whistling to lure enemies, and stealth killing unsuspecting guards. But there are new layers of depth, like enemies with improved vision, traps that alert foes, and certain areas designed specifically to counter shinobi tactics. One small but welcome addition is the ability to go fully prone, crawling along the ground The Last of Us style. It's not always necessary, but it adds an extra tactical layer. That said, I do miss social stealth. While I'm glad Ubisoft didn't half-heartedly include it like in Valhalla, I wish they had expanded on it more meaningfully. Combat, on the other hand, is straightforward but satisfying. If you've played Valhalla or Odyssey, it feels similar light and heavy attacks, dodges, parries, and special abilities. The gore is excellent, with heads flying off and blood splattering realistically. Combat animations are well done, and calling in allies for assists adds a fun strategic element. However, the loop can get repetitive. Many encounters feel similar a while, and a lot of the missions boil down to, go here, kill this person, fetch this item. With such a large world, I was hoping for more surprises, unique encounters, or unexpected twists. While they do exist, you have to dig deep to find them. The story and characters. Here's where things fall apart for me. The game really leans into storytelling, with long dialogue sequences and extended cutscenes, but the execution is lacking. The voice acting feels stiff, and much of the dialogue comes across as unnatural. While some characters are decent, the majority fail to make a lasting impact. And unfortunately, that extends to the main protagonists as well. Nai's story is generic, and while Yasuke's has some interesting elements, neither managed to pull me in. When a game prioritizes storytelling but doesn't make the characters engaging, it creates a disconnect. I wanted to care, but I just didn't. The world and visuals. One area where Shadows absolutely excels is its world. This version of Feudal Japan is breathtaking. Imagine Ghost of Tsushima, but with denser cities, vibrant castle towns, and heavily populated fishing villages. The level of detail is stunning, and the environmental variety is impressive. The seasons also dynamically change over time, which adds a fresh layer of immersion. Snowfall impacts movement, landscapes transform, and the game world never feels stagnant. If nothing else, this is one of the best-looking Assassin's Creed worlds we've ever seen. Final thoughts. So, is Assassin's Creed Shadows worth your time? If you love massive open-world RPGs and enjoyed Valhalla, you'll likely have a great time. The stealth is improved, the world is gorgeous, and there's plenty to do. But if you're looking for a focused, engaging experience with a gripping story, you may be disappointed. The repetitive mission structure, underwhelming characters, and pacing issues weigh it down. At around 35 to 45 H-hours for the main story, and much longer if you're a completionist, it's a significant time investment, and for me the payoff wasn't quite worth it. That's just my take though. I'd love to hear your say. Are you excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Let's talk in the comments. If this review helped you out, a like is always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.